So these are some pretty interesting smart glasses, a different approach than other things I've had exposure to. These are some of the most minimal that I've seen, and the approach here is to have a minimalistic display that's inside the lens that can't really be seen very well by the outside world, but can be read by the individual who's wearing them. So you can do things like navigation. It has some basic AI through the likes of ChatGPT where it can read out results. You can use it as a sort of teleprompter if you want to have information displayed that you can reference. Of course, you can also see persistent things like the weather, your agenda or schedule, and your notes, all superimposed inside of the lens that you're looking through. So they're called even realities, the G1, and actually this is the clip so that you can turn them into sunglasses as well, but this won't obscure any of the information that you're seeing or reading from the glasses themselves. Now the way that this display works, it's kind of like a green color, sci-fi looking display, retro calculator or something like that, but it's not gonna show you full resolution images, it's not gonna show you video, it's meant to be simple and minimal. That's the idea, simple and minimal, and you stay interactive with the rest of the world. You're not pulling out your phone, but you are getting this extra information. Here you get an idea, a little almost like dot matrix idea of the shape of the glasses. Put them on and see what matters. Welcome to G1. You're holding the first eyewear ever designed to blend stunning aesthetics, amazing wearability, and useful functionality. And of course, this has been one of the major pain points, well, really for all wearables, is how can they blend with your lifestyle? How can you forget that you're wearing them? That's the ideal situation, is that they replace the previous technology, in this case, glasses, with something that feels a lot like glasses. So here are the glasses, and they come in a charge case, obviously. We have more accessories. This is, I really like the way they've done this unboxing. That is smooth. So we have our USB-C to C charge cable, which is gonna interact with the charge case, which will then wirelessly within the case charge the glasses. We've also got this microfiber cloth to polish them up. At first I was like, is there anything in this bag? There are some replacement nose pieces. A pretty typical glasses case. It's a little heavier than one that would be for traditional glasses that aren't smart at all. But otherwise, the size of it, the scale of it, is somewhat similar to like a sunglass case. You have this section on the front where you lift and there's a lid, and this sort of folds over in this way. You have Type-C on the back for charging it up and an LED on the front to indicate charging. So here's the glasses. Satisfying. What they've chosen to do in the design is leave a lot of the mass to the back portion of the arm. Other glasses that are out there primarily place those electronics along the entirety of the arm or towards the front. Your touch input is on the back here, and I think the reason they've done this is because this section tends to be hidden or more hidden either by your ear or by a person's hair. It will not be hidden by any hair in my case, it'll be exposed like this, but still, depending on the angle you're looking at the person, their ear may be covering a lot of that portion, and then you end up with a stem or an arm that remains slender comparative to other smart glasses. Now, the thing that I notice right away is that these really do feel like actual glasses. They do not feel like smart glasses at all, which is cool. It's something to do with how lightweight they are and the fact that the weight is back there. So that could also be a wearability thing. Well, moving the center of balance to the back portion directly behind the ear where the glasses are supported, it takes some of the weight away from the bridge of your nose or from like the squeeze factor of the glasses in general. Arguably the most comfortable smart glasses. I start to understand why they've gone for a simple or minimal approach to say, let's not try to do everything, let's just do this one thing as far as the displays are concerned. Now, these are turned off at the moment, and I can't even tell you where the display sections of the lenses will be. It just looks like I'm looking through clear lenses at the moment. But when I look at the camera reflection, I can kind of, depending on the angle, pick up the fact, there we go, that there are going to be displays in there. Before I boot these up, let's take a quick look at the clip-on to turn this into sunglasses. Clip-on unit, and I've never actually used any kind of, I haven't really used a clip-on scenario before, but that's how that works. You can kind of look Morpheus-like.
Also, the green is very Matrix, the text.
Oh, the green text is Matrix. That's true. Neo. Here's my pills, my 2 pills. But he didn't have, I don't think he had this piece in the middle here. Getting it off. What's the deal with getting it off? It's really clipped on there, hey? Is there a method? Ah, that's why you have the piece, Mo. You press down and they just pop off. You put your thumb on the nose piece and your index finger on the upper portion that I mentioned, which looks like a styling thing, but then it just sort of pops the whole deal off, which is quite nice. So at the very top of the application, you have your display. I initiate my display by tipping my head up. During the setup process, you can configure how much of a tip you want to have before you initiate the screen popping up, keeping in mind that you may not want to trigger it accidentally if you're taking a drink, tilting your head back in order to do that. But whatever's comfortable for you, that's how you can set it up. After you've initiated that, you can then drop your head a little lower and it can display in this section over here. I don't know exactly what you guys are picking up as far as reflections are concerned. Mo just wanted me to remind you that I have a huge light facing me. There's one light right there. The other things you can configure is the actual look and size of the display. So for me right now, this is kind of at like a 5-meter distance, and it makes the display look the biggest. But I can shrink that all the way down to 1 meter, which makes it feel a lot closer. Now it's like right here, like I feel like I could reach out and grab it. Your notes are transcribed, so you will say what the note is via your voice, but then you'll have documentation of whatever took place. So let's say I initiate a new note by pressing and holding on the back here. I need to make a grocery list. I need to remember to pick up apples, bananas, and whole wheat bread. At which point I can jump into my quick notes and I can see this grocery list. Now what you're gonna notice is that it's actually formatted in a clean way. This is the AI setting that spits out something that's formatted. I can see it in my original language, and I have audio of the recorded voice note if for whatever reason I need to reference that. Now when I look up, I'm gonna see that note in a clean and concise way, so then I can know I gotta knock those 3 items off of my grocery list. Now just keep in mind, this section, it's probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's 5 lines. How much space you have to work with. Now a workaround for the limitation of the size of the note that you're gonna be able to read is just to make multiple notes and scroll through them simply by tapping the same touch section. This next one might be the coolest feature, this translation mode. There's a number of supported languages like Arabic, Cantonese, Czech, French, German, Hindi. There's a handful. It's not every language in the world, but there's quite a few. What's cool about this is it turns the person you're interacting with into almost like a video game character where they're speaking their language and you're watching in text close to real time. You're seeing subtitles show up for that person in the language that you understand. I'm gonna click engage, so we're gonna translate from Hindi to English.
मैंने आज शॉपिंग करनी है, जिम भी जाना है और इस वीडियो को भी एडिट करना है.
You just told me that you have to do shopping today or go to the gym or edit this video, or all of them. All of them. I didn't realize you were going to the gym now. Getting swole.
I gotta start getting.
Oh, New Year's. You're one of these guys. You went to the gym after New Year's. You're the resolution guy. I think on average you only last like 2 weeks or something. So you should be canceling soon.
जब मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, मुझे नहीं नजर आ रहा कि आपको ट्रांसलेशन नजर आ रही है.
When I'm talking to you, I don't see that you see the translation. That's right. That's the main benefit of this idea for a smart wearable, for smart glasses. They're the least obstructive from a social standpoint. That's it. And then you would be amazed that I understood what you said. Because maybe I had this in my pocket and I'm like, oh, thank you. Now, navigation is not for driving. It could be a safety thing, I don't know. But anyway, for the time being, it looks to me that it's walking or cycling. So basically you're seeing a line drawing of your next steps. You will see an arrow as well, where to turn, and it does seem more tuned for ground level navigation. This could be good if you're in a new environment, if you're a tourist and you don't want to be obstructed by your phone's presence. You want to put in your destination, walk smoothly there, and not look like you have no clue where you are. This next one is also pretty cool. This is called teleprompter. This has a number of settings where you can utilize AI to scroll your text. You can set up your words per minute, how quickly you want to move through a document, and you can have a countdown or no countdown. I can go ahead and click start. I'm not going to look at this phone. Welcome to G1. You're holding the first eyewear ever, designed to blend stunning aesthetics, amazing wearability, and useful functionality. I don't know if they could probably tell that I was reading, no?
Probably.
I don't know. I'm thinking of a live presentation, but it could also be a video presentation, like here on YouTube. I don't use scripts. If you did, you could have one in the lens, but are still everyday glasses. The ones you'll reach for every morning and want to wear all day.
So on the extreme tight, I can see little jitters, but it's pretty minimal.
He thinks it's convincing.
I think it's pretty convincing.
Well, so you can see this was scrolling, I was reading. The front angle is gonna be the telltale, but ultimately, like, what other option is there for a teleprompter on your face? So we've got notes, translation, navigation, teleprompter. We have AI, but they put it in beta. For me, this AI is currently too slow. It's taking a while to load. It does work, but it takes a while to load, so much so that I wouldn't personally use it at the moment. Obviously, it's something they're working on since they've labeled it as beta. And then lastly, we have our dashboard, which this is probably the thing you're gonna look at the most. Status, calendar, your notes, stocks, or news. I have the news set up right now. And if you click on news, select which categories of news you might want to see there. If you click on stocks, it would be the same. It's pretty wild. I mean, if we've got these now in 2025 and they're this small, maybe we're closer than we thought.